I apologize in advance for sounding like shit. I'm in the middle of a cold. I'm trying to get through it as fast as I can, but this is where I am. But considering the cold has something to do with what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, I felt it only necessary to just make the vlog. So I apologize for sounding kind of raspy in my voice. And if I have any coughing fits, which I feel like one might be coming here, maybe not, but if I do have any coughing fits, I'm just apologizing in advance. I knew it was coming. I felt it in my throat. Like right as I was saying it, it was like, oh, should we introduce ourselves? So anyway, I sound like shit. I'm sorry, but I also am sick. So let's talk about what I wanted to talk about. And I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible, but we all know how I like to ramble. So anyway, for those of you that aren't aware, I'm sure it's most of you, because why would you know this? I have been an avid cigarette smoker since August of 2005, so almost 20 fucking years. And I've attempted to quit a couple times. I think only one time I was really serious about it, and that was about 10 years ago. And I went 11 months without, I just quit cold turkey, and I went 11 months, and then I smelled a cigarette that was coming from the apartment below me in Chicago, and it relapsed me, and then I started smoking again, and have been smoking ever since. And you know, I'm a couple weeks away from my 34th birthday, and I just, I was planning on quitting smoking on New Year's Eve, having that being my last day of smoking, and then starting the new year, no more cigarettes, all done, bye-bye. And then this happened, the cold. I got hit with a cold last week. And the really interesting thing about how my body works when it comes to a cold is that it shuts all of the receptors of needing and wanting and craving a cigarette completely off. It's been like that my entire life. And I took that as kind of a hint of like, you know what, instead of being upset, I'm sick, this sucks, this is a nuisance, like, and getting the common cold is not fun. It's a fucking pain in the ass. It's just a fucking nuisance. I'm like, I could be pissy about it, or I could look at this and be like, and I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, I've been trying to quit, and I'm planning on quitting cold turkey at the end of the year. And I was thinking of all these different things, and I even, like this last week, I bought these like CBD hemp cigarettes, and I had like 3 of them and fucking threw them out. And so I'm like, you know what? Instead of going through all of these like different things, and everybody's different, right? But just in my head, I'm just like, just fucking pull the cord on it. Like use this sickness to your advantage and just get past the initial offset of nicotine, because it takes like 3 or 6 days, something like that, for the nicotine to completely go out of your system. Then it's all mind over matter, right? Like the substance is out, and the hardest days to like get over smoking is like literally the first week. And if you can get past the first week, you're fine. That's at least what I've learned, And I'm like, well, shit, I'm on easy street because all the receptors are off in my head now because I'm sick. So just fucking don't touch it now. And so, after that big ramble, I can tell you that for the first time in 10 years, I have gone 3 days without any tobacco usage of any kind, which one part of me is celebrating, being like, yeah, Mike, see, you could do it. And then another part of me is just like, how pathetic are you that it took you 10 years to go like 72 hours without a cigarette? And at this point, I'm 3 days in, I'm like, what the hell? I might as well just try to see how far I can go. So what I'm trying to do at this point is, instead of waiting for New Year's Eve, I am just using my current situation to my advantage, and I'm gonna try to just be done now and never pick up a cigarette ever again. So that's basically it in a nutshell. I just wanted to give you guys a little personal life update that I'm trying to, take the last final really bad thing. I got rid of drinking 2 years ago, once I completely rid myself of tobacco, I guess you can consider me straight edge because I don't do drugs. I don't smoke pot. I don't do anything. So this would actually put me in the world of being completely straight edge. And that's something that I honestly have not been a part of since I was like, 14 years old. So that's, it's kind of a liberating feeling to think that like I'm on the precipice of something that is not only going to benefit me in terms of my health, both mentally and physically, uh, but just I think there's this like the number of people, especially in my generation, that are not straight edge. I think the number is very small, and so I just going through life, and I'm not doing this in a pretentious way, but just like in a way of like this kind of era of confidence in me of saying I don't need anything anymore. I don't need to lean on any substance or chemical in order to get through every day, which is easier said than done. Trust me. Like I think we all, to a certain degree, can understand that, and I'd like to be one of those people that can hang my hat at the end of every day and just be like, I got through this on my own terms and not the terms of something else, something that I'm wasting fucking money on and, escaping to. I just feel like drugs and alcohol and tobacco are just these forms of escapism that can hurt you or fucking kill you. And I'm at the point now where I'm going to be 34 years old in a couple weeks, and I can't justify throwing, $13 a pack or so on a pack of American Spirits to calm myself down or to like, it's like when you get to that point where you realize like, I can't get like, when you realize that all of those excuses for your addiction are just that, it's like, well, I can't go and do this unless I drink. I can't go and do this unless I smoke. I can't go to bed every night unless I have a cigarette. I can't do that. Like the moment that you realize that, yes, you can, you're just bullshitting yourself and you've allowed the addiction to brainwash you into thinking that I can't socialize without doing this. I can't sleep without doing this. I can't, whatever. I can't get through a shift at my job without stepping away for 10 minutes during it and putting, like you realize that at the end of the day, it's just fucking excuses. There's no rational conceptual logic there at all. It's all bullshit, I think like I heard there was this podcast that I was listening to. I don't remember where it was, but there was this lady talking about how she got over drinking, right? Like she was a very severe alcoholic, but she was actually to kick it. She was able to kick it. And she was just like explaining one of the things of how people are just like, I can't go and socialize or I can't go to the club without drinking because it loosens me up. It releases my inhibitions and allows me to be more confident. And she's like, it's actually not doing that. The reason why you feel that way is because you've actually gotten dumber. And it's the stupidity that the alcohol sets in on you that makes you think that you have the confidence, but it's not. It's this pseudo confidence, right? It's not actual confidence. You actually just got dumber. And so like when you look at things that way and you realize that, for me, I think one of the biggest things, like when I stopped drinking 2 years ago and I got to this mindset of like, I was going through that of just like, well, I can't socialize. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't go to bed at night without this. I can't blah, blah, blah. I miss the feeling of this or whatever. Like you try to rationalize it and then you get to a point where it's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. There is not one logical, it's all fucking bullshit. And people hold on to those lies for fucking dear life. Trust me. I was one of those people. And so it's been in my playbook since I gave up alcohol for a while to give up tobacco as well and go completely straight edge and be like, no drugs, nothing, and I will say that even starting this unintentionally right now during my cold, it is intimidating. I'm not going to sit here and say like I got this by the balls and I'm going to be fine. And like there is fear in me, there is uncertainty, but there's also this really euphoric sense of confidence that says you're going to get through this, that you are stronger than you think you are, and you're going to round the curve, and everything's going to be okay, and you're going to start smelling things better, you're going to taste food better again, you're not going to be as irritable, your heart rate's not going to fluctuate anymore, you're not going to be worried about certain things with your health because you're not inflicting all of this damage into your respiratory system and your nervous system. And so it's like, yeah, but that is the long-winded vlog of me just letting you guys know that I am sick and I'm using my sickness to my advantage to try to quit smoking for good. So that's all I got. And I wish all you guys well, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.